Welcome to DCF a powerful platform designed for discounted cash flow calculations to help you make precise, data-driven stock valuations. In this second video, we are going to dive into the advanced forecasting and workspace customization tools available with a premium subscription. If you haven't already, check out our previous introduction video on the core concepts of discounting. Once you have created your free account, you can unlock these features by heading to your profile and completing the subscription process. Once you return, all premium features will be active, allowing you to perform more precise valuations. Let's start with your future prediction options. Instead of being limited to selecting a single financial metric, you now have the option to view entirely different metrics side by side, or perform direct mathematical operations to isolate and discount specific individual components. If you want a head start, click the Global Settings wheel in the tabs bar to open the Presets menu. Here, you can instantly load complete pre-configured financial models, or feel free to build your own model from scratch. For example, to view multiple metrics next to each other, simply click the plus button on the chart toolbar to insert a new column. You can then select your desired metrics from the drop-down menu. To keep your data organized and visually scannable, click the Metric Settings icon to open the Group Settings modal. Here, you can assign a unique color and a distinct graph style, such as a solid or dashed line, to every selected group. As mentioned, you can also add or subtract specific components from one another. For instance, if you want a cleaner look at core performance and want to exclude changes in working capital, you can simply subtract that metric directly from your free cash flow. If we place a baseline free cash flow graph right next to it, the impact is immediately clear. In this example, we can visually see that the lower cash flow in 2018 wasn't driven by a drop in core business health, but was simply the result of a larger change in working capital. Always pay close attention to your mathematical additions and subtractions. If you need a quick clarification, click the Historical Financial Data button. Here, you will find detailed explanations for every single metric alongside an interactive layout map showing exactly how they are calculated from one another. Now you aren't limited to working on just one chart. You can add a completely new subgraphic to the workspace by clicking the large plus button at the bottom of the page. The projected values generated in this new graph are added dynamically to the calculation of the primary one. This multi-chart feature is incredibly powerful for analyzing individual financial lines item by item. For instance, you can set up your primary graph to track earnings before interest and taxes, and then create a second graph underneath to control and predict your interest expenses independently. Note that if you are manually adjusting your assumptions to look at post-tax scenarios, you can head to the Tax Details panel in the upper section to switch off the corporate tax toggle. To remove any unwanted graph from your workspace, simply click the Delete icon at the top right, accept the confirmation prompt, and it will be permanently cleared from the dashboard. Right next to the Delete button, you will find a settings gear containing custom options for your graphics. Once your preferred workspace layout is set, we can execute the actual prediction. Inside the chart control panel, you can choose between a linear or exponential growth rate and define a precise time range for that specific rate. To fine-tune your model, click the plus button inside the control panel to stack more growth elements. For example, you can assign a 5% exponential growth rate for years 0 through 10, and then adjust down to a 3% rate for years 11 through 30. Because stacked growth elements are mathematically added together, you can also establish a 2% baseline growth rate for the entire 0 to 30-year range, and then layer on an additional 3% growth burst that only kicks in between years 5 and 15. Next, let's look at your discount rate. By default, this is set to automatic handling, which utilizes live market data. To view the exact percentage rates applied to every individual year, simply click the pencil edit button next to the risk-free or risk premium fields. This pulls up a dedicated rate chart displaying live historical government bond data tied directly to your selected currency. Just like our forecasting tool, you can leave this on auto or jump into the control panel to type precise manual rates for each individual year. If you ever want to revert your manual changes back to the live baseline, simply click the Options button on the rate chart, open the Settings overlay, and check the Automatic Handling box. From the Main Details area, you can quickly manage your global valuation assumptions. Use these fields to modify your corporate tax rates, adjust your foreign withholding tax settings, or use the slider to change the total number of discounted years. You can also select how your terminal value is processed at the end of the projection period. The platform offers 3 distinct options for handling this final valuation. The first option is perpetual growth. This assumes the company will continue to grow at a stable, steady rate forever, using your final projected year as a baseline. The second option is multiple. This estimates the terminal value by multiplying your final year's cash flow by a set valuation multiple, such as a price-to-earnings ratio, and then discounting that large lump sum back to the present day. The third option is liquidation. This estimates value based on a worst-case scenario where the business shuts down at the end of the period. It calculates value by taking a percentage of the total assets sold, subtracting the total liabilities, and discounting the remaining net equity back to today. Finally, let's maximize your workspace efficiency using custom tabs and presets. At the very top of your dashboard, you can click the plus icon to build entirely distinct workspace tabs for different stocks or strategies. Clicking the save icon will securely save all of your active charts, metrics, and custom layouts directly to your cloud account, allowing you to easily switch back and forth between different configurations without losing your work. If you want a head start, click the Global Settings wheel in the Tabs bar to open the Presets menu. Here, you can instantly load complete pre-configured financial models. Right next to it, you will find access to the Global Currency menu, allowing you to instantly convert your entire analysis into any global currency. The platform handles all historical and real-time exchange rates automatically in the background, updating your stock data, interactive balance sheets, and intrinsic value output cleanly in one unified glance. You are now fully equipped to build advanced, highly tailored financial models.